The Know-Center is in between basic research and the applications of this research, and that's already a very interesting niche in this whole research picture that we have in Europe, at least.
Bridging the gap between research, basic research, and industrial relevance, and the Know-Center is one of the few institutions in Europe that is actually spanning that whole area.
I think that the Know-Center is very well positioned in terms of that it has a tradition. It has been there for a long time. Plus, it's actually always current in its research approaches and topics that it looks at.
The Know-Center have a specific position in the academic landscape, also in the business landscape. So what is organized in a very good way is that there is basic research done on data, information, technology topics. And this is combined with practical application, many projects who are bringing a lot of experience back to the research.
So one of the important and maybe unique characteristics of Know-Center, together with Fraunhofer and together with FBK in Italy, is that they balance very well scientific excellence on one side, so the presence in the scientific community, with the strong attention to the market. So how technology can really have impact in the everyday life, in the society, in order to improve at the very end the quality of life of the people.
Yeah, what impresses me most is really the integration of different topics. It's not so much that you have this one topic, visual data analysis, but it's that you have the other integrated topics that work together to then provide something that you cannot provide if you only focus on visual data analysis or only on data mining or only augmented reality. But bringing these topics together, that's really the impressive part that I see here.
So what makes the difference? The difference probably that researchers can make here is really putting together two different research areas, namely human interaction, visualization research, and data analytics, automated machine learning, data mining type research. And bringing this to a problem, to solving a problem, is really unique.
I think it's the combination of recommender systems plus the dynamics in social networks. It's not that you look only on individual people and how they get, say, relationships between books recommended to them, but you look at the context of an individual person in terms of other persons and how they behave and the digital traces that they leave behind in order to make such recommendations really come alive.
So the Know-Center seems very well positioned in order to become, let's say, kind of leader in Europe, at least in Austria, but also in Europe, for delivering solutions which require cross-disciplinary competencies.
I think extremely relevant because, there's one thing to design algorithms and there's the other thing to understand actually how these algorithms affect human behavior. And there's one thing of looking at human behavior on an individual level, which means how one person is affected by technology, or on a social level, which means how many people are affected by those technologies. And in between is the layer of a community. And the social computing research area actually looks at all three of those levels in combination.
This is also true for augmented reality, where the general public is very interested in getting augmented reality technologies for their daily life. But also on the economical side, companies really need augmented reality at the moment to support their maintenance technologies, but also manufacturing in the factory, Industry 4.0, as we say.
Yeah, in research there's a whole community dealing with visual analytics, and this community is quickly growing, but there's also a high industrial impact in the area. Gartner, in their latest report, announced visual data discovery as being one of the most important trends in data analytics. And visual data discovery, visual analytics is basically the same topic. So this is highly timely in industry.
One of the most important challenges we are faced with is to, let's say, discover knowledge contained in this data. This means that we need to interpret the data. In order to do that, we need to learn how to get knowledge, particularly in case these data are are expressed in a natural language. We need specific technologies that are able to extract the content from the data.
We are more and more facing data-based, technology-based, and let's say data-driven business models. And in scientific research, we are at the cutting edge of research in front. But in the business world, in the company world, we sometimes see some difficulties dealing with that new challenges, like using the data and making something meaningful out of the data. And one of the challenges is to evaluate, to analyze, and to design a new business model out of that new knowledge. Integrating the things the Know-Center and the area from Victoria is doing into a strategic level, that would be, at least from my perspective, the next big step. Doing so, we need all the new technologies which will evolve in the next few years for getting at least technical support where it's possible, taking all this support for then interpreting and taking the right decisions for CEOs of company, for example. That would be a very nice development if looking on the application-oriented research.
I guess the most promising future outcomes could lie in the combination of looking at, several psychological theories and their effects that they have on human decision making, integrating that into the models that they use in recommender systems, and integrating that again into the SCAR framework. I think that would be a wonderful combination.